at
But
this point.
right.
Yeah.
But you already said it, and a friend of mine, I'll call him a friend now, Alex Lewis, he's been looking into this case for a while. He's got a YouTube channel just on it. We talked about this, with Amateur Sleuths, where some of his followers have even gone door to door and even found one of the videos that the police didn't have, and they provided that to the police, which is why we knew it went into that cul-de-sac. That was provided by him. And they conduct the stop at 7:10, and the vehicle that they stop actually does not have the model decal, that was correct for the suspect vehicle. It was a similar vehicle, but it wasn't the what's it called? The Pro X model, I believe it's called.
Mhm.
When when we're looking at moving this case forward, do you think that it's finding this vehicle? Do you think that more, you mentioned psychological evaluations, maybe some people that are connected to people? Like, what's the way that we can move this forward and get more answers, in your opinion?
And I can only speak to what I would do or what I think is important, and I can't say if I don't know if the police have done all this or not. I'm assuming they have, and but I mean, certainly the truck is important. I think we have to keep in mind though, and it's not something we said on our show, but as we're talking about a potential that the suspect is wearing a costume, not necessarily a costume, but a disguise of some sort.
Right.
That who's to say they didn't put a fake decal on their truck or something, or try to disguise the truck itself. I mean, again, why wear the costume and then just drive a very identifiable vehicle? So is it possible that it was altered and then immediately following the crime, they unaltered it? I don't know. I'm just speculating. I do think, finding that truck is very important. I don't know if, I think we said in the show, and I'm not like a car person. So I'm like, I don't know if looking at that particular truck, it is impossible for it to have been an earlier model. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Like, maybe there's something that an expert in trucks, there's no way that that is a truck that is older than 2013. I don't know. So when we were talking about it on our show, and this would be something that I would also advise investigators, unless they told me it's impossible. It can't be a 2012 truck, or it can't be, it can't be 2009. It has to be 2013 and newer. So I would expand that. I wouldn't focus um so much on the decal. I mean, it just those can be removed. So those are the types of things that I would consider. And again, I'm not a car person, so a car and an expert in these trucks would say, that that's all impossible. So the description of the truck is accurate. And then we would review those, and we'd be looking for the things that I had discussed earlier in this person's personality, because again, there's really no good reason that would jump out at you and me for Liz Barraza to be murdered the way she was murdered. She has this just very low risk for anyone, and people generally loved her, and she was, well thought of and well liked, and she was productive, and she was kind and generous. And so there's really not a reason that jumps out. So you're looking at that person who has unreasonable behavior with people when it comes to their interactions with people in their lives. That's what you would be looking for. And you might be looking for things that seem pretty petty, but that's who you're looking for. You're looking for that petty person. And I don't like to use the word petty because I don't want it to minimize what happened to Liz, because it's a horrible tragedy. But when the crime is solved and we find out the reason, I think we're all going to be thinking that is just such a waste of life, such a terrible, minuscule reason to take a life like that. I think that people are going to end up being very surprised. And I think we're gonna have a hard time wrapping our head around what the real motive is.